Hello and welcome to Bipolar Winter Blues and Finding Better News. I've always learned that many of us emotionally get to sometimes have sadness and struggle during the darkness and depressing times in the winter. For a number of reasons, this can happen, especially if you live with bipolar. You may, one, struggle with how cold and dark it does get at different times in terms of the weather and the light. The second problem is often there's a little bit of less business going around, so you may have some problems and fears and anxiety due to money issues. So, with those two things being a large possible problem, it might be easy to feel a little bit down and depressed in the winter. What I encourage people to do is, first of all, acknowledge that it is winter and say if you are struggling, it's not the first time. So, if you look back at the last few years, think to yourself, have you ever had sadness and struggles during the depressing times in the winter? And if you have, there's ways to win in the winter. And one of them is to start looking at what ways for free you can have fun. So I was thinking today, I have Netflix and I just found an hour in between some of the work I've been doing. I'm going to go try to watch either a comedy show or a movie or television series or documentary. Just say this is a time that I have the free hour, and being grateful that I do have that is a very nice thing. A second is I was talking with my wife and my child about the uh, heat that we have. It was a little bit cold, and I was able to turn on the heating system, and it warmed up my apartment within a few short minutes. And that was a gratitude, which is what I share with my wife, because when I lived in Los Angeles, we lived in an older, big house that got converted into several apartments, and there wasn't heat or air conditioning in terms of the same way it is here where I am today. So that having gratitude and finding ways to say, what can I be grateful for today? Do you have a car? Do you have a bike? Do you have things that you like? Do you have a nice phone? Or even do you have a phone? Do you have a good amount of food? Even if you're on EBT, are you grateful that that allows you to buy tons of groceries and different snacks and things that you may enjoy in the winter? So having that gratitude gives you a little bit of time to understand. Even during the day, you might say, "Hey, I'm grateful." Like for example, I just had some vitamin C in a drink in a mix, and I was happy and felt healthy that I do have that in my home. And I said to myself, I'm very lucky that I can enjoy some vitamin C. I encourage you to do that. My grandmother used to say, have vitamin C whenever she traveled or in the winter. And that's something that is terrific. It can teach you to learn to like your life a little bit more. Another tip that I'm going to share, which I'll say for now, is to kind of understand different ways of how you think. So, for example, if you did get on a fear train with money, that is okay and acceptable, because if money is really a struggle, it can be a reality. How you're paying your rent or your mortgage or your car or your insurance or all the things. So having that fear is acceptable, but also saying, what can you do that helps with fear? So maybe if you're able and you feel like it can work out okay, maybe you go to the gym. I just did that today. I worked out for a little while. Maybe you try to take a break, you dance. I did invent TikTok therapy, and even though some people don't like TikTok, I think there is times that you can on a weekend for free listen to things or watch things and just have some fun. I watched some people live from the Grammy Awards, and people that were taking photographs and videos. I was able to watch the Music Cares, the big organization that helps people from the Grammys. They had videos of almost some of the top stars in the whole world in terms of music. I saw John Bon Jovi, Billy Joel, and so many more that were there enjoying these awards. And I said to myself, this is great. I can be in the comfort of my own home. We had the heat. I had some food, and I'm watching from the Grammys, right, from my TikTok. I also was able to watch on YouTube. I went to an event on Friday with the actress, and she's also up for awards with her Grammy singing, Halle Bailey, who's in the new Little Mermaid, right? The live action movie. I'm watching and attending a Grammy event from the comfort of my own space. So I share with you today, what can you have happiness and health and gratitude for? And can you learn to say to yourself, you're trying? Even just listening and learning lets you know that you care. So I just want to take a moment to share. I wish you guys wonderfully well this week. Please do like and subscribe. And for anyone that does have a budget, because sometimes, people are wealthy and it's not a bad thing. Having abundance is one of the things I teach about, because for so many years, the human race, many have wanted to be successful. So if you want to see my beautiful books, art, and at-home coaching, I share the details below, and I wish you again a huge and happy and healthy day. And if you're struggling, remember you're not a bad person. You're terrific. And I'm grateful that you let me teach this little